legends, welcome to Thursday, over hump day, which is fantastic. Oh, we're live now. Alright, hopefully that's live. Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome to Thursday. Sometimes a little pain in the ass with the audio on the video, but over hump day, hope the week's treating you absolutely spectacular. Waking up, kicking off the day. Now look, I was chatting to three people actually, and this all came together in one, and it's a process or a simple hack. I don't like to use the term hack because I think it's overused and there's no such thing as a quick fix pill. But however, this is a simple thing that you can use to help stop yourself from repeating the same mistake again and again and again. And the reason why I'm doing this, because I was chatting to a client and a couple of mentors as well, and the client was talking about repeating the same thing over and again, knowing he could do better, and knowing that the mistake that he kept repeating kept letting himself down and letting the people in his life down. So one of the mistakes was the continual use of alcohol. And he knows when he drinks, he's not a very nice person to be around. It creates havoc in his relationships. He doesn't turn up to be the father that he knows he wants to be to his kids. But he keeps doing it time and time again. And it's this waking up the next day, not just with the hangover he can deal with, it's this overwhelming sense of regret and this feeling like, fuck, I did it again. My wife's unhappy with me, I'm getting the silent treatment. I know my kids are embarrassed about how I was with my behavior. And this happens again and again. And this other client brought up the same thing, but with a different aspect. He was saying it was with employees of his. They would want to do one thing, but end up doing the complete opposite and doing this other thing, knowing that they want to be this version of themselves, but then turning up as this other version and repeating the same mistake over and over again, causing havoc in the business, and it just becoming a repeating thing that they had to retrain, reteach all the time. And what was really interesting was when I dived into it further and further, it came down to character traits or values. And I want to share a story with you because it's something I experienced in the past that has really helped me be who I am today, which I'm pretty happy with who I am, but it doesn't mean that it was always that way. And so it was the character trait around money and choosing money or friendship, or choosing when it came to the crunch time, what was the thing that I was going to step into and do. And unfortunately, if I have a regret, that's one of my regrets in life, I actually chose the money option that I chose rather than standing my ground for something just because of the situation I was in. There's no excuse for it, but my character and my value was tested in this time. So what I want to give you today is a real simple process that you can use in order to make better decisions, have less regret, and eliminate these repeating mistakes again and again and again, so you can have, one, a better relationship, two, better health. Often these things are like, why do I keep doing this to myself? I end up getting on the train and then falling off again. And three, have a better business as well, so you can have, employees being more efficient, more effective. It's a simple thing, but it's not often done. So it's not an easy thing to continue going. But the process is, first things first, finding the principle or the character trait that you want to be. So most people live a life by emotions and how they feel in the moment. And then the guys who actually live a life that they want, they live a life of principle or character traits or values. Same sort of thing, all kind of meshed into one word, similar definitions. So moving forward, the one thing that you keep repeating, what is it? Get that down. Find out what it is. Note it down. Get the truth out. Understand you'll probably be embarrassed about it, and that's fine. You can keep it to yourself for now. But then find out exactly what that repeating mistake is and what that character trait is in you. And then understand what the character trait or the principle that you want it to be. So, okay, for example, let's say you want to be a man who wants to have the character of a hard worker. Okay, so you pick that character trait. And that's cool. So you pick that, and what's going to happen in your life, and this is where it came up with working with Steve the other night. It's like, okay, cool. Now that you've chosen this as your character trait, what's going to happen is that it's going to continually get tested. all the time. So now you're going to have opportunities to prove that you're a hard worker. Let's say the other one is you want to be a great husband. You want to be a great dad. Okay, cool. Now you're going to get a whole bunch of opportunities that are going to test you being a great dad. But what does it mean for you to be a great dad? Maybe it is patience. So maybe you keep failing and repeating the mistake of being impatient, which makes you grumpy, which makes you short-tempered. You then switch into this angry dad or angry partner. So living a life by principle or value or character is like, right, I want to be a man of patience. Cool. So what you are asking now is more opportunities for you to demonstrate patience. So what's going to turn up in your life is challenges that are going to challenge every single bit of patience for you. You're going to have more on your plate. The kids are probably going to be more annoying. The wife's going to have maybe a shorter temper. So your job now is to look at that principle. Just pick one. Don't pick 7. Pick one. And then live that principle and test yourself every day. End of the day, reflect on it. How patient was I today? Okay, cool. Where can I improve? How can I make that better? One of the biggest things we do, that's our number one, okay, is we improve the nervous system. The reason why we do that is because it increases the space between something happening and you becoming responsible rather than reactive, which we know if you're reactive, somebody calls you a cock, you instantly want to slap them in the face. So we increase that space time. And the nervous system is the most optimal way to do that. Funnily enough, it has effects on relationships, health, the amount of wealth you can make, business, and everything like that. But I want you to understand that using one principle, finding one character trait that you are adamant that you want to be. Let's take patience, for example. It's like, cool. Now using that every day and going, where can I improve my patience? And then how? And then looking at that, taking action from then on. I hope that helps, guys. Take it on your Thursday. See if you can improve one character trait that you want to be. If you're struggling to find character traits that you're not sure what it is that you want to be or that, look at someone you admire. It might be an actor, it might be a sports person, whatever it is, and the way you envision them and what character traits they would have, and just pick one. Be like, I'd want to be more like that guy in this specific way. Take it, put it into practice, see how your life starts to transform. See if your wife or partner or kids recognize you in the next couple of weeks as you slowly start to change this. That is the small little hack, guys. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying it is a great hack you can use to get to where you want to be. I hope that helps on Thursday, leading you into a freaking sensational weekend. Have an awesome time. Great to see you. Catch you later.